Well, we had to go and pick the warmest May on record to go boondocking without AC. I just read that since they started keeping records like 1880, May was the warmest May so far. And this whole year, 2020, possibly is going to be like the warmest year on record.
You're saying this May that we just experienced was
Yeah.
the warmest May since 1880?
Yes. Yeah, and it's June now, but we have been driven out of multiple places, even back to Arizona when we were in the RV park. We hit triple digits for 7 days in a row at the end of April. And then we got into Utah, and we got kind of kicked out of Moab when it hit 100.
We first got kicked out of St. George from...
Oh, yeah.
Well, we should say driven. We chose to leave. We didn't get kicked out.
The heat kicked us out. It was so hot, so warm there. It was crazy. It's just, you can't handle that in an RV. So St. George was 98 degrees. Utah hit triple digits, which we were waiting for the national parks to open up. So that's why we toughed it out. That was kind of our first real toughed out kind of stint. Mm-hmm. And then the Badlands, where we were just at, beautiful spot on the Nomadic View overlook, kicked us out because it was 98 degrees there.
Yeah.
And now we're on the Missouri River, still in South Dakota, in just an awesome little spot, which I didn't think was going to be this cool.
Turned out to be a gem. It's like super chillaxed feel on the water with a great breeze.
Mm-hmm. It kind of ebbs and flows with people, though. Like on Sunday night, we had, 4 or 5 people show up, couple big Class A's and some big travel trailers and things like that, which is fine, but it's so hot that everybody's just blaring their generator like all night long.
Except for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
sticky.
it's the end of June. We have just like 3 days before we're going to be in Madison and stay with some friends for a week. So we are looking forward to that, and that's going to wrap up our 60 days of boondocking. And it's been great. I think it changed our lives.
Oh yeah. Best part of our... It's so hard to say. It's like picking your favorite kid. Like, you can't say this was the best part of our last year and a half, because it wasn't. But it was quite the experience and another layer of our story.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's just going to change the way that we travel from now on.
Yeah, totally.
It opened up our overnight spots. Like before we were Cracker Barrel only. Like that was all we wanted to stay at on a quick overnight. But now we're a lot more comfortable going into these one-night, overnight boondocking spots because they're not that bad. As long as they're not, an hour to get to off your route, it's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
So a quick electrical kind of overview, which we are going to do more videos on this more in depth because I think it's kind of a important topic that a lot of people want to know more about. But 400 amp hours of our lithium battle-borne batteries is great. That's a great amount of batteries for us to live. But we're a little short on solar. We only have 300 watts of solar. We need to bump that up a little bit more. We lose about 10% power each day, so maybe 40 amps per day we lose. So if we could get another 100, 150 watts of solar, maybe we could start breaking even, which would allow us to use more of the induction oven or cooktop and things like that. And then, do you need a generator to boondock? Short answer is no, you don't need one, but...
Would it make it more comfortable?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Would it extend your stay? We would have maybe stayed at our last spot if we could have toughed it out for another couple days. And you don't need to run it 24/7. It's just, you need a little bit of reprieve once in a while.
Just a little cool down.
Yeah, maybe a couple hours. So you can run your AC off of 400 amp hours of battle-borne batteries, but it's like 150 amps an hour. So if you ran it for an hour, you're almost taking 50% of your battery power. And we don't have the capabilities of recharging that back up because we don't have enough solar. So that's kind of why we would need the generator to either recharge the batteries back up or just to have it on while we run it. So, but we're going to hit the road. We have 3 weeks worth of laundry to do.
But from this point, we're like on a schedule day by day. We know where we're going to be, which is rare. We're usually only this detailed in our route when we have an anchor commitment. So we're now so close that we have like 3 days to get to Madison, so we know exactly where we're going to be each night, which is different for us. Usually we're like, we don't know where we're sleeping tonight, but
yeah,
right now we know exactly where we'll be.
We're going to end it out on a Cabela's and a Cracker Barrel and off to Madison.
Yeah, so it's all written out for us. We can see our future for the next few days.
See the future? Yeah, right. About 2 hours later, we started a 7-hour journey back to Wisconsin. But you guys will see a little bit more of that in a minute. But we just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this 60-day boondocking adventure, this whole series that we just did. This is the final episode before we headed back home. And we're now home, and we're about to leave in a couple more days.
Yeah. The 60 days were amazing.
Changed our lives.
Changed our lives. We can't wait to get back out to it, which we're either leaving tomorrow or the day after. We don't know. Probably the day after.
And this journey is so crazy. We didn't know if we were going to the East Coast or the West Coast.
Yeah. One of these ways.
Yeah.
So we're super pumped to get back out. And I don't know, I feel like this visit was really good. We connected with a lot of people, a lot of friends and family. And we did so much on the van. Aaron was nonstop, a lot of projects. We'll share some we won't, but I'm sure you'll see them.
We will do a few more videos on some of the things that we did back home. We didn't sightsee as much as we wanted to. It's such a busy schedule with friends, family, and then all these upgrades that we were kind of doing and changes to our coach. But we're excited to get back out and continue boondocking and continue our travel series that we kind of do on Sundays. But we do want to add in a Wednesday video more often. And we'd like to do kind of a quicker, no frills, kind of question type videos where a lot of people ask, a certain question, and it might just be easier to do like a 5 or 8 minute video on showing what it is. For example, people ask about the radio all the time, or the tires, or the bed, or whatever. Like, it can be anything. So if you have anything you guys are really interested in knowing about that we could help out with, go ahead, leave a comment below, and we're going to start rifling off some quickie videos on just some answers and questions.
This will be fun.
Yeah. Should we get back to the video?
Yes.
Well, after leaving our little boondocking spot, we made it about, 45 minutes. We hit the free dump, and we went to do laundry because we have like 3 weeks worth of it. Instead of doing 10 hours of laundry at our friend's house, we decided to just get it all done.
That's the nice thing about laundromats is you go in with 11 loads, you put it in a mega load, 23 minutes, your wash cycle is done.
Yeah. And
that would take like 9 hours at a single load, 45-minute spin.
Absolutely. And I don't know if we've been out west like way too long, but the humidity is outrageous and we can't handle it anymore. We literally cannot handle it.
This is giving me flashbacks to being in Florida at the end of April.
Yeah, it's bad. So we made it, as of yesterday, a full 60 days boondocking without hooking up, and it was great. It was a fun trip. I don't want to say it was an experiment. It was just more of like our lifestyle, what we wanted to do. But
isn't it amazing? Like 6 months ago, our goal was to just be able to go out for a week.
Yeah.
And we just crushed 60 days.
Yeah, the goal was for a week, yeah. And we made it as far. We can do 7 days out at a stint, but
without dumping.
Yeah, but our tanks are going to limit us 7 days pretty much
It's
max.
quite an accomplishment to go 60 days, and it's
so.
really, it's just an awesome feeling.
I think so, absolutely. Especially with the small solar setup, 300 watts isn't that much. A good sized lithium bank, but anyways,
keep dinging on that pain point there.
yeah. But we're gonna drive 5.5 hours into Wisconsin to 1,000
Are
trails.
we actually going into Wisconsin?
Yeah, it's in Wisconsin. It's right across the border.
And that's 5.5 Google time, which equates, when you put the van multiplier on,
Yeah.
the RV multiplier, that's going to take us like 7 hours. I think we're going to get in at, it says we're going to get there at 9:06 p.m. and I think it's going to be like 11 o'clock p.m.
We still have to hit the grocery store, so we
have
got
like
one stop
zero
left.
food.
Yeah.
We have a stick of butter and a bag of wine.
Stick of butter and a bag of wine. Nice. But it's something we got to do. We were going to stay at Cabela's here in Mitchell, South Dakota, and I don't think we can do it. It's so hot and so miserable right now. The laundromat had AC, which was amazing. I don't think most of them do.
That was a nice one.
Yeah, and so it was fun. And then it just got me thinking, because I was like, well, maybe we should just get an RV park, for $20 or $30. And then I keep looking and I see like 35 with a discount, $40. And we're just too stingy to give up $40 when we have 1,000 Trails membership. So it's on the way to where we're going for July 2nd to our friend's house in Madison.
Yeah.
So why not? We're just going to make the big trip. We need the AC anyways. It'll be a lot more comfortable driving with AC than sitting in a parking lot. It's 90, it's getting sunny, and it's humid.
And then tomorrow we'll have a full day with AC, plugged in, not moving, not driving, so we can really be productive on our last couple days before we enter socialization mode.
It's a decision. It was kind of a spur of the moment, like,
It's 2:30, we literally decided just now.
yeah, they had availability, so why not? We're doing it.
I failed you so many times. I committed.
So the map said 5.5 hours, and here we are 5.5 hours later. It's just after 9 o'clock, I think 9:20. It's just starting to get dark out, and we have 2 hours left on the map to go. We did stop at the grocery store for about an hour, but it's a long journey.
Well,
This is gonna be our first nighttime driving for a while.
Yeah.
For a long while.
well, we're going through the entire state of Minnesota. I'm not surprised. It always takes us a lot longer than what the map says. So when it says 5.5, it's like, I count that as 7.
Yeah, plus the grocery store stop, and so we're gonna get into this 1,000 Trails.
Around midnight.
I don't know. Hopefully, it's not that late.
Oh, another reason why it took us a little longer too. The highway in South Dakota is 80 miles an hour. And it was super windy.
Yeah,
And we already can't go 80. So we were going like 60
yeah, that
in the
affects
80 zone.
that
affects your ETA.
That affects your nap time. But the reason why we like 1,000 Trails is because of how easy it is to book online, and just there's no worries about it. Like, even if you don't want to end up going that day, you can just cancel it all online. So, the same day booking and 2 nights, piece of cake.
Yeah, super convenient, super flexible, last minute. It's pretty good for that.
Yeah, I don't know. It really works. I think this year is going to be a good balance between boondocking and 1,000 Trails, because
We only have one day there tomorrow, really. one full day.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go really quick.
But in 90-degree heat and high humidity, it's gonna feel like a luxury spa. So
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
excited to get there. So 2 hours to go. Hopefully we can make it in 2.5 or thereabouts. And we don't have a spot assigned yet. They didn't give us a spot to sign in, and their office is closed, so we don't know what's going to happen exactly when we get there, but we're just basically going to roll up into a spot, plug in, turn on the AC, and hit
Go to Snooze Town.
the hay. Well, I never thought I would say this, but I am happy to be at a campground right now.
It feels pretty good. We rolled in last night at about midnight, and it felt really good. We just pulled in, we picked out a corner spot. We love the corner lots because it just gives us more space so you're not so close to your neighbors. We got in. It takes a little bit of time to set up. So I went to bed at 1. I think, Aaron, we went to bed at the same time, right?
Oh no, I went to bed. I was sleeping at midnight. That's what I was saying. I think we got in at like 11:30, and we set up for half hour, got ready, and I was sleeping by midnight. I was tired.
I was sleeping at 1.
We haven't been sleeping well in this humidity at all. I don't think. I feel like a zombie.
But we still woke up at 6 today, and to try to beat the heat, we are just not used to this humidity. It is crazy. We are spoiled. So we got up and we ran our 5 miles, even though we got lack of sleep. And then we crushed some dumbbells after. It was nice to have a picnic table to use as a prop for some step-ups and things. We haven't had a picnic table for a long time. So we just got done with that, and now on to breakfast and food prep. So typical routine, I'm going to take advantage of the water in the dump before we leave here tomorrow. We're only here for today, so it's going to go really quick. So I just spent a good 2 hours prepping all this food, and it was so nice to have the AC and the induction. It makes such a big difference. If we were out boondocking, I'd be miserable cooking this. I'd be sweating, standing, just wanting to be. I probably wouldn't have done all of this. I would have just done the bare minimum. But it's 150. It's like the hottest part of the day almost. And I just cooked up like 3 things of protein, chopped up all these veg. I'm soaking some strawberries in a vinegar bath. That's supposed to help clean them and preserve them. So it was pretty awesome. And I'm going to pack all this stuff up. I've got all this trash. Oh, and I have stuff in my thermal cooker. I forgot. I have rice and some curry chicken. So I cooked up a storm. And 2 hours. Cook your food when you're in the mood.
Baby, I'm home again. The love that we had wasn't good enough.
It's time to end the streak, and we're gonna do that in Neshannock Lake camping in Wisconsin.
Else you could have said.
Wisconsin!